I've just inherited this massive ranch, but there is one problem. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing.
I'm trapped. Oh my god, they've got me.
Fiddler. Nah, I'm not calling him the fiddler.
I'm sorry guys, I need fertilizer.
To complete 100%, I'll need to max out my oil production, attempt to keep all my animals fed, and somehow turn this disaster into a $1 million empire. So welcome to 100% of Ranch Simulator.
Cargo pants. Ah, camo.
Yes, let's go in shorts.
Bruh, look at this bad boy.
I was thrown straight into the tutorial at the beginning of this insanely bonkers journey.
Alright, hello. What's going on in here?
And I found a letter from my great-grandfather saying this desolate ranch was now my problem.
Jesus, this is a tip.
He had at least left a few things in the attic which were going to help me.
There's a gun! What? Who's giving me a gun?
Also, he had left me $500 and told me that there were wild animals roaming the streets and to keep my gun close by.
Come here, buddy. CSGO aim. Got him! Hi. Skin. Yeah.
In the garage, Grandpa had left me a battered old UTV that I needed to give some love so I could get around more easily.
Cool. Flip the car. Okay. Oh my.
With my next quest being to reach the gas station.
It's that way. Okay. Have we got like a map? We do. Cool. Let's go. Who needs a route? Oh, jump. Yes.
And once I had finished doing parkour with the car, I struggled to fill up the gas canister.
And start refueling. Bro, where's my cash? Do I have like, inventory? Escape? Ah, okay.
Sticking the gas canister into the UTV and filling it up to a full tank. Then I headed to the bank and was given a construction manual which would allow me to start building on my ranch, before giving the UTV a little makeover in the garage.
Right. What color do we want it? Alright, we're gonna go pink. I want my horse back. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Oh, I'm so good.
I was then asked to head over to the hardware store and learn how to use the self-checkout terminals.
Oh. Axe, crowbar, cheap table saw. Cool. Checkout. Thank you for your purchase.
Collecting the axe and crowbar which went straight into my inventory, and I placed the cheap table saw into the back of the UTV, taking a stop off at the general store and buying myself 2 chickens and an egg basket.
This is not how I want to hold a chicken, guys.
Sticking the chickens outside the rusty old barn, grabbing some grain Grandpa had left behind, and poured it onto the ground. Also using a water tank to fill up a bucket, meaning my chickens had something to drink. Using the crafting menu to start preparations on a small coop.
The logs are around the back. Okay.
To make the chicken coop, I needed to use my newly bought table saw and saw the logs into planks.
So how do I chop that? How do I get my axe out to cut down a tree? Ah. Oh man, I'm so strong. Just one chop and it's down. Easy.
Once I had one-tapped the trees and the planks were made, I could place them into the coop.
Build a small chicken coop.
Now with the coop built, I probably should have gone and grabbed my chickens, but that thought never crossed my mind, as now it was time for some destruction.
Down this bad boy goes.
Heading to sleep once I had been toppled.
Ah, that's because I need that. Sleep.
And started the new day by placing my runaway chickens into their new homes.
I want to demolish some stuff. Why is it giving me so much free will off the bat? I don't know what I want to do.
You know who also has free will? You guys. So if you're enjoying the video, hit the sub button and help me reach 1,000 subscribers. Deciding it might be a good idea to make myself a new farmhouse first. Seems I kinda demolished the old one last night.
So we need metal, concrete, and wooden planks. I don't know how to do that.
Which meant I switched to a new plan of action.
Horses have different staminas. Right, I'm getting a horse. Oh, this is so costly. I can't. Nope, not this horse. I only got 1,000 guys. No!
Throwing that plan out of the window as well. And with having no clue what I should do, I just hopped into my UTV and drove to the general store, buying myself a rooster for the chicken coop.
Buddy, it's a lucky day. You're gonna get a bit of action.
Then I placed the rooster and chickens into their new homes, before heading back to the shop once again to start down the farming route.
Right, let's get some tomato seeds. I'll buy 3. Farming, fertilizer. And we'll get some wheat seeds. Oh! God freaking damn it.
The issue I had with the farming route was that I didn't know how to get the wheat seeds planted, so I checked the glossary and it seems I was just getting ahead of myself.
I'll just stick it on the side for now.
But while I had been gone, there was some good news brewing in the coop.
Eggs! Put in. See the egg. Put in. No. Oh, I've just broke the egg. Whoops.
Out of the seeds I had bought though, I was still able to plant my tomato seed after I had made a small crop plot.
A water bucket. If I pick it up and there we go. 100% water.
In the morning, I then sold the eggs I had collected from yesterday.
So egg is 6.51. Okay. Not that much, but it's something, I guess.
And learn I could buy the rancher's daily news.
It gives us the price of stuff here. So what's the current prices for goods today? Wild meat is $18.
Then caught myself 2 deers and placed the wild meat into the back of the UTV and sold it, which allowed me to purchase the manual meat grinder.
What's that? A black egg. Crazy. Or is that poo?
After clearing the poop out the chicken's den, I made myself a table so the meat grinder had somewhere to go. However, the meat grinder wasn't accepting wild meat, and I worked out I needed to get a pot to place underneath it. So I sold the wild meat instead, grabbing myself a pot with the money, before checking out the achievements.
Give your ranch a name. How? Well, since we are hunting, let's go into the hunting grounds. Not going to be able to buy anything, but it's good to check out.
Inside, I found a man wearing no clothes, and he had a few quests for me to complete. And the first one was to bring him 8 wild meat, and the second was to shoot 5 wild predators.
Oh, look at the lake of it. Oh my god.
It was starting to get dark though, so I collected today's collection of eggs before hitting the hay, setting out to find wild meat the next morning.
Madam, can you stop the rain? And can you, tell me where all these animals are? Because I'm trying to find them and I can't find any. Okay, never mind. What the hell? Whoa. This is disastrous.
So instead, I decided to break the boundaries of the game.
I'm guessing it's because I'm out of bounds.
And found the willing sacrifice to head into the meat grinder. Then finally finding a deer, giving me my first catch of the day.
Yeah, you ain't getting away.
And then they started to pop out the woodwork, giving me enough meat to head back to the hunter.
Alright. This is what we're gonna have to go with. Unless I can put it on the front. No. Yeah, so you can have some rare spare meat because I can't fit it in my car.
However, there was one slight issue.
One. No. How do I give it to you?
Which caused me to Google the solution.
Next to him. Really? Does that count? I brought meat. There we go. 1. Aha.
I did end up losing 1 in the process while trying to figure this guy out, so I was only able to hand in 7, causing me to head back and steal the meat I gifted to the driver earlier, with my tomato plants also ready for harvest.
Oh good. You want some... Is it dead? I think... No, I don't think it's dead.
It was dead.
Oh, the eggs, tomatoes, and chicken meatballs raw. Nice.
And I handed in the last meat, collecting a reward of $200, and accepted a rabbit hunting quest afterwards.
So you're saying your rabbits are up here, right? Well, I don't see any rabbits. Aha, rabbit. Hello, I have a rabbit. I brought the rabbit. Thank you. That's 200. Whoa.
Now that I was balling in money, I hit up the hardware store to splurge my newly found cash, buy myself a cooler, manual sausage stuffer, and an overscope. And I found myself a deer straight away afterwards, so I was able to test out my cooler, which allows you to store more meat.
Right. See how this works. Well, that one's definitely fertile. You just stop killing me.
The overscope is a machine that lets you see if eggs are fertile. Another way to know is when the mother chicken also starts to attack you.
Dude, I'm sorry.
But the mother chicken wasn't letting up, which caused me to take drastic action.
Dude, if I die to a goddamn chicken, do you want to get fed or not? Now you have no child.
sticking the mother straight into the meat grinder, showing the rest of the chickens what happens when you defy me.
This chicken's dead. I think it's starved to death. They're all dying. Quick! You've got food! Guys! Quick, come for your food!
However, I was a bit too late.
Alright, let's go fish. See what this fisherman's up to. And what's that over there? Another farm? Hello? Anyone home? What's this? It's a note. Ah, it's a record.
Finding an old man sitting on the porch of his house.
Treasure of the Ancients.
There once were some ancient warriors who travelled through the town, and they had left 3 hidden treasures that were out there to be found. The old man said if I found them, he would reward me generously. Thing is, I wasn't in the mood for some treasure hunting right now, so I just aborted the quest, taking up the easier quest of just destroying the barn behind him.
How much am I going to get paid for this? 400? Yeah, buddy.
And after I had finished the demolition job, I went to pick up his fuel trailer from the gas station.
Oh, there's a bear. Hello? Oh, he's coming for me. Yeah, down you go, buddy.
With the bear being the first predator I had found and killed, and headed over to Best Burgers as I wanted to get in touch to become one of their main suppliers, as each day they required new products and pay extra for what they needed. Sadly, they didn't need wild meat today though, so I just sold it before heading to the gas station.
We're hitched.
However, my UTV was struggling to handle it.
Where do you want this gas trailer? I brought the trailer. Thank you.
Finally being able to hit up the fishing hut and bought a fishing rod and fishing bait, throwing my rod out into the lake.
Did we get it? I felt like I got that. Ah.
What? That was in?
This is bollocks. Aha! We got one. A trout.
But I decided that was enough fishing for one day and started to make my way back, which is when I ran into another ranch with a lady sitting on her porch.
Hey, breakfast. Could you bring me some eggs for pork? No.
I wasn't here to make her breakfast, but instead I was just going to do a bit of cleaning for her.
What's up? What's up? Oh, you can hit me. Okay, my bad. I'm gonna go Hunter's Hut and get some ammo. I also want to know how much the next car is because this is janky.
I went through the catalogue at the car dealership, picking the SUV as the car I wanted. I just needed to find $1,600 somehow. I then remembered I had ran out of ammo, so I found I could buy bullets at the general store.
Also, I want to start this oil stuff, if I can, because I feel like oil is the way to go so far.
Yeah, I hadn't mentioned it, but there are oil deposits located on the map. I was just unsure how I was even meant to drill it up, so I pulled out my shovel because of course that was going to work. Deciding maybe I'll make myself a fence for my chicken coop.
Come on, connect, you bastard. Cool. Sorted for now.
So I went to the store to buy some lady friends for the rooster, also picking up man's best friend.
Buy a pet. Hello, dude.
Giving Rufus his first head pat.
Yeah.
However, once my UTV was kind of full, I left him behind at the store, as I was too focused on getting the chickens into their new homes.
Right, Rufus. You get a bow here. Next mine.
Still forgetting he's not at the ranch. On today's agenda though, was to
head out and hunt some meat.
And while driving around, I was given an achievement for driving a total of 45 kilometers.
Yeah.
Stopping by the store to catch up with Rufus, before driving off without him once again.
I am curious, is there anything where this actual path leads? Where's the point of that?
Eventually, while on my hunt for the day, I had killed enough predators to finally complete the hunter's quest, and was given the hunting rifle as a reward.
Boom. Nice. Food trout. Small sized trout suitable for installation in chicken coops. Ah, so I need both of these.
I can't believe it took me till day 8 to realise.
Let's get this. No, trying to escape. Here you go.
Now that the food trout had been found though, I started to flick through the construction manual a little bit more.
Windmill. For extraction of water from underground sources. fills all bowls in area. Beehive, honey extractor, drilling rig, concrete. So I can actually make them.
For a drilling rig, it seems a lot easier to make than I would have thought. So I got the cement and metal I needed, as well as an oil barrel, and headed over to one of the oil reserves.
Concrete. Nice. Now I need to fuel it, so
Grabbing my jerry can from the ranch and powering the sucker up.
and it goes. And we're on. Not making any noise though.
Now it was just time to wait and let it do its job.
Oh, we've got one oil. Transfer. Nice.
Or not. Selling the 1 litre of oil for $10 and getting the second drilling rig set up as well. Then I got myself a well built back at the ranch, as well as a doghouse for Rufus, even if he still wasn't here. The next morning I was starting a new routine, with the first thing being to collect oil from each drill. This time gaining $260, and one of the achievements I needed to work towards was Oil Tycoon, which required me to sell $10,000 worth of oil. Also, I gotta reach 1 million at some point, which seems impossible for me right now. But I decided it was time for the chickens to get an upgrade.
So if I just build a big one. So you can go in through the back. And that's where they'll get their food, maybe?
It did require a lot of planks though, so I used the opportunity to clear out some of the forest, stocking my UTV with piles and piles of logs.
Hello. It has been 8 hours. Woo, baby. I want to start making a granary. Fills all troughs in area. So I need a granary, and I also need a wind turbine for extraction of water from underground sources. Fills all bowls in area.
And after so much log sawing, I was able to complete the Coop upgrade.
Right. Let's crouch in. Use drawer. What? To get the laid eggs.
Tearing down their old home, forcing them to move inside.
Okay. Next. Concrete 50, metal. So that's 175. And that's water. So that is 1,500. Wait, what? How did that work then?
And while I was selling my oil, I learned what happened to Rufus.
Right, dear. Yeah, I've got some meat I could sell.
No! Yep, because Rufus refused to come with me, he ended up starving to death.
No.
And I'm sure a few of my regulars are not surprised by the outcome, as this seems to be a normal occurrence nowadays. I moved on quite quickly though, as I started to make myself a new pen for some pigs until I realised I actually needed to create a barn. That still required a lot of wood though, so it was back to sawing down some logs.
Why can't I, like, hit it? I see.
And I got so fed up with the manual table saw that it was time to upgrade to the electric one, which helped me tremendously in getting the barn completed. And next was to place the barn stalls inside, and when it turned to night, I decided to collect some eggs from my chickens.
Ow. Okay. Dude, I can't see. Take your egg. Take your egg. Take your egg back. I've dropped it. I don't have it.
And for some reason, I made the same mistake in the morning. But for today, I wanted to scout out the rest of the map, so I took my time to drive around the edges to make sure I hadn't missed anything.
Oil.
Sadly though, the mission was unsuccessful, so I went to the general store and bought myself a male and female pig. I was just having trouble getting them into the back of my UTV.
Run. This guy's running.
And once both were in the back, I put them into the barn stalls.
No time for you two to shake.
Setting up a food trout and water bowl for them as well.
Oh, look at the rainbow. Look, kitty.
Then the next day, I got 2 more pigs for the barn. Before deciding today was the day, I was going to do some treasure hunting for the ancient relics.
Now, these mountainous people. Where art thou? Do they give like hints? Drove through our mountainous region. This is our mountainous region. Oh. What is this? A sword. Found a helmet.
Taking one treasure off the list to find, but that was the only one I could find for now.
Oh, great conditions for a chicken's egg to hatch. Wait. Let's go back. Look at him. Oh, look at this.
After I finished my photo shoot with the baby Chuck, I started to resume my treasure hunt.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, we're good. We're up. Oh, I'm out of fuel. Oh no.
So I carried on the search by foot.
Where the hell? Can I swim?
But eventually I had to give up again. However, my UTV was now out of fuel, and I had to run to the hardware store to buy a new jerry can. Then had to sprint to the gas station while being chased by wolves, filling up the can and looping back around to the UTV.
Alright. Car secure.
Spending the remainder of the evening taking down the last of the trash left on my ranch, and turning my attention towards the pigs.
How do I know you're like grown? Sorry. Okay. Hey, don't mount. This can be killed. Oh, baby!
Yep, the pig returned a whopping 17 pork, making me realise how profitable the business was going to be, and turned one of my pork into pork meatballs. But I was still struggling to work out how to use the sausage stuffer. I then picked up the compact cooker from the hardware store before working out that I needed to keep the meat in the pan to use the sausage stuffer.
Got it. Haha.
So I spent some time making some sausages before heading over to Best Burgers.
So, one pig turned into 840, and it would have been more.
I then made the same mistake like the other day and ran out of gas again, making me add another jerry can to the collection.
Alright. Hello, Pierce. Sorry, but I don't know what gender you are.
After I did my purge on the pigs, the cooler wasn't going to hold all their meat, making me buy 2 more from the store, collecting a total of 56 pork overall, turning most of them into sausages as well. But it eventually got too tedious to do it manually.
Electric sausage stusher and electric meat grinder.
It didn't seem to speed up the process though, so I just had to slug it out.
Oh, this takes forever.
And in the end, it was worth it.
Yeah, we've got 3,300. Woo.
I then grabbed myself some ear tags from the hardware store before heading over to the garage.
Let's put you on the side. Let's put you on the side. I'm going to sell and get myself an SUV.
Selling my beautiful UTV for $400 and actually deciding to get myself the pickup truck.
Yes.
Giving it a nice purple coating. Then it was to the general store to pick up some new animals.
I don't have to go through dairy bull. Or a beef cow. Beef bull.
Opting to get myself a beef cow and a beef bull.
Get in. Oh my.
But sadly, my pickup truck wasn't strong enough to hold both in the back.
Alright, dude. They're running off.
So I quickly brought the beef cow back to the barn before returning to grab the beef bull, expecting him to have run off.
Hey, you chilled.
Getting him into the barn as well. Then it was time to fill the hole Rufius had left.
There we go, cat. Hello. You're coming with me. Oh.
Eventually getting him trapped into the back of the pickup truck.
Yo. What's up?
Now that Puss Puss was on the ranch, I relocated the farmhouse that I was meant to build back on day 1, before tearing down the last part that Grandpa owned on the farm. Then I got myself another beef bull for the barn, remembering I shouldn't leave any animals unattended.
Where's the cat gone?
With Puss Puss's disappearance, I headed over to the barn to make sure the bulls were still there.
Oh, bro, look at his balls.
Sadly, the image is already ingrained into my brain. The actual reason I did kill the bull though was because I wanted to see how much beef the bull would give me even if I just bought it.
18. Beef sausage, just raw, 95.
So I got to work in turning the raw beef into beef sausages, selling all 18 for $1,800, and used the money to buy myself a tractor, and also buying myself a cultivator from the hardware store. There was an issue though.
Please, just hitch.
The pickup truck just didn't want to hitch, and I worked out I needed to use the pretty fast tractor to go pick it up.
Start cultivating my land. In the rain.
And cultivate my land I did. Or, well, just one field.
Oh, wait. I can change the name.
Coming up with the overused name nowadays of Flaming Tea Ranch. I then bought myself the cedar and cultivated the 2 farms I neglected to do yesterday. After, I filled up the cedar with the wheat seeds I left on the side since day 1 and got to seeding. Sadly, I wasn't able to keep the line straight, and apparently 3 bags of seeds isn't enough for all 3 fields.
No. Let's quickly go run to the shop and get more seeds.
Driving over the spots that I had missed to make it look a little bit neater. Picking up the fertilizer trailer the next day, filling it up with 14 litres of fertilizer I got from the store.
And ran out of juice. Fuck, fertilizer's expensive. And I'm out again. Fuck, how much fertilizer am I gonna need?
Continuing the fertilizing job until it had sucked all my money away.
I'm sorry guys, I need fertilizer.
Collecting 54 raw beef from the innocent cows and shipping them off to Best Burgers as they were paying double price for beef today.
Look at that. Oh, 6,000? I could get 6 of them.
Using the money to finally finish off fertilizing the wheat seeds. From the general store, I had also bought myself a composting bin, which would allow me to turn poop into fertilizer, not knowing that I was starting one of the hardest achievements yet, deciding afterwards that I should repopulate my barn with more cows. Then I went to the hardware store and bought $3,000 worth of concrete and metal, finally getting the granary and windmill online.
Fill all bowls. Hold to fill feeder with food. Yeah!
Now that I had both of them in place, I didn't have to worry so much about feeding my chickens and cows.
One beef sausage for 1.5. 150 per beef sausage.
I think you know where this is going.
Boom.
Turning all 55 raw beef into sausages again, but only turning 44 in for a whopping $6,500.
Tomorrow we'll get some more cows and maybe double again.
With the multiplier this time being 1.8 for raw beef, and I realised that I could just buy the cows at the shop and turn them into Best Burgers for a profit.
Morals.
Turning in 5 full coolers for $10,000.
Now, today will be the only day that I'm allowed to do this.
Yeah, I decided I'd only use this exploit today so I don't ruin the fun of the game, but I also wanted to have some money to bankroll myself as well.
We have now got 18,000.
In other news though, the wheat was growing.
Was it ready or not?
And with having 18k, I wanted to put it to good use.
Oh, you want speed, no stamina. Oh, dude, this guy looks so depressed.
Winning the bid for the depressed horse.
Hey, dude. Toggle stats. Apparently, you're crap.
No wonder he's so depressed. But don't worry, we'll take good care of him, sticking him in the blood-soaked barn.
Right, horse name generator. 3, 2, 1, and go for that one.
Fiddler. Nah, I'm not calling him the Fiddler. Settling on calling him Firefly, and I headed back to the auction house to buy a non-depressed horse this time.
Speed and stamina, just handling. Yeah. Well, horse with at least 1 maximum stat. Oh, look at the speed! Look at the pace!
Putting him into the blood-soaked barn as well, before taking him back out for a little joyride around town so I could get some ear tags.
Breezy.
Finally finding the training paddock in the crafting menu for Breezy and Firefly.
Oh my god, that's massive! Holy crap!
The next morning, I grabbed my tractor and bought the harvester for $2,000.
My tractor and harvester.
Also buying the harvest trailer from the hardware store.
And I want my truck, I gotta get my tractor.
But instead of grabbing my tractor, I didn't want to make this a wasted trip, so I piled in 12 stacks of wood into the back. Putting them into the paddock.
No, we got 3. I need 1 more mil.
I then gave Firefly his official name before using my tractor to get the harvest trailer from the hardware store, this time taking the harvester out for a drive.
Boop, 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 boop. I'm almost out of fuel. I believe in the vehicle. I believe in the harvester. No! No! Don't you dare!
So it was a recovery mission in the morning.
Oh, I'm out of fuel with the other car as well.
After the fuel crisis had been solved, I eventually got the harvester fueled up and hitched it up to the corn grinder, getting to work.
Let's go.
And I got an achievement for completely filling the harvest trailer.
Dump in the grain.
And once the harvest trailer was full, I took it back to the general store.
250 grain is 2,100.
As you can tell, I wasn't too happy with the outcome, realising this wasn't going to be the route to get me to 1 mil, but I still wanted to test out the sunflower seeds. Then on day 29, I got the Oil Tycoon achievement.
Earn $10,000 selling oil.
Deciding to cultivate the farm plots once again, and this time using sunflower seeds, before having to spend a crap ton on fertilizer. After the sunflower seeds were sorted, I ended up buying the animal trailer in preparation for expanding my animal farms, as well as a few materials to get the training paddock finished off, also finally starting to build myself a house.
No one is standing. Bob. We have a house. Oh, hey, dude. You looking at the new house? Pretty chill, right?
With Firefly getting a good gander at my house, I remembered that his new house had been set up as well, so I took Breezy out to the training paddock.
Whoa! Ah. Screw it, we'll do 30. Got time. Jump over 30 obstacles in the training paddock. I only did 2. But oh well.
Don't know what happened there, but I'll take it.
Slaughter a cow using a stun gun. Oh no.
Once it got dark though, it was finally time to say goodbye to my dear tent, and getting my first good night's sleep after 30 days. I then got preparing the next barn I was going to use.
Barn front.
This time making it a bit bigger than last time. Again though, that meant I was going to need a lot of wood, and to help I decided to buy the log trailer, taking some time to clear out more of the forest, and it was seeming like I was overcompensating for something with the length of the barn. I then bought a second table saw because I couldn't be asked with how long sawing down the logs was going to take.
Oh, my sunflowers are done.
With my sunflowers being done, that meant I had to buy another specific tool for the harvester.
Oh my god, I'm going 55 miles an hour.
And picked up a sunflower cutter from the hardware store.
And down come the sunflowers. And also the lag.
Now, so far throughout the game, I hadn't lagged one bit, and this little spike was the game starting to do something that would devastate the farm. That's not important right now though, as I dumped my sunflower seeds into the harvest trailer, selling half of the dump for $3,000, and looking back on it, it wasn't that bad of a haul, but I still felt like it was too much effort.
Oh, no! Okay.
The next morning, it was back to sawing down logs, which allowed me to get the barn completed.
And boom. Right. This will be cow milk.
So I grabbed my animal trailer and headed to the general store.
Right, time for cheese production business.
Buying 7 dairy cows and 1 dairy bull, but I was only able to stick 4 into the trailer and 1 into the back of the SUV. And when I did get them back to the barn, it was hell to keep them in there.
Bro, I hate these cows.
I then got a milk canister from the hardware store.
Holy crap, there's a lot of eggs.
And also got some blue mold and a milking machine from the general store.
Automatic milking machine. I need a milk can. Yeah.
But before I started the great milking of day 34, I went around naming every cow, and let me introduce Betty, Bolster, Malk, Palk, Pop, Cliff, Pound, Moody and Light. Also naming the baby chick who snuck in here, Chuck Chuck.
Right, pick up. Suction cup.
Filling the milk canister to 42 litres.
Fill a can of milk.
And placing the canister into the house, as well as grabbing myself a pot for the meat grinder.
Screw it, we're gonna do it in the dark.
Putting the pot onto the stove and pouring in some milk.
Add mold. Boom.
Then I let it sizzle for a bit.
I am one with the light.
Once it was finished cooking, I placed it into the cheese cave to let it settle, waking up the next morning to see how far it had progressed.
1% crazy.
I then realised that I had a TV in the house.
Property, real estate, best property solutions. It's all just adverts. There's only 2 channels. Boo.
After I had pulled the plug on the TV for only showing adverts, I decided today would be dedicated in finding the ancient treasures, as it had been a while since I had a look. Scouting out the left side of the map first.
Yeah, okay, let's go to the other location.
And after I had checked out the location I had already found to see if there was any clues, I came up short again.
What is he doing? There's one way to write it.
So I went home to check on my cheese progress.
Cheese. Aha, 66. Oh, you're at 100%. Gonna get another pot.
And after about 10 years, I was able to get my first blue cheese.
Cheese is ready. I want to see how much it sells for. 200 per cheese.
$200 per cheese wasn't a bad haul, but again, it didn't seem like a massive money spinner. However, at the moment, I had no other leads, so I placed down 3 preservation cheese bins, kinda going cheese mad. I then started clearing out the forest in the direction of the general store, so I wasn't hitting trees 24/7. And while I was going cheese mad, I was also planning out my next steps.
So I think I'm going to need to build another barn, destroy this barn, stick them in the trading paddock maybe.
So guess what I did? I moved Firefly.
Where's Breezy? Aha, there you are.
Hurdling the fence to get Breezy in as well. After, I took down our trusty old barn to make way for a new and improved remodeling. I then realised the problem I had made with the granary.
Damn, doesn't cover it.
Also planning out an upgrade for the chicken coop.
It's just gonna have to be like that. And dude, get back in your pen.
Once baby Chuck Chuck Jr. was in place, the next morning I headed to the store to sell all my cheese.
Oh my god!
And finished building the plans for the coop.
Right guys, you've got free will.
Then I picked up the animal trailer as I wanted to fill the new barn with beef cows.
No guys, no shaking out here.
And thought why not build an outdoor area for the new arrivals.
You guys, you got outside.
Coming up with a brilliant idea straight afterwards.
I'm gonna get a lawnmower.
Running all the way to the car salesman just to find out that it could only be bought at the hardware store.
7 miles per hour. 7? I want to start cutting grass. Ah, it does.
Crazy thing that. With the beef cows now set up into the barn, I decided it was time to move the meat grinding process inside, while trying to figure out something new.
How do I make a salami, man?
Ah.
Hanging up my sausages until the day it would be hardened, also building a cupboard outside that could store more meat if needed.
Right, we got salami.
Learning another new trick 2 minutes later of adding eggs and milk into the grinded meat.
Aha, worked it out. I've worked it out.
I then used day 42 just as an errand day, which involved cheesing, poop collecting, and oil tycooning.
We're out of gas. Cool. It's good that I've come to check it then.
Before chilling for the first time all night just to let the cheese do its thing, and then used the next day to replenish the stock after I had sold it.
Right, greenhouse.
Clearing out some space and placing down the foundations of the greenhouse, but struggled with placing down a roof that wouldn't leave a massive hole.
No.
Remember how I said there was going to be a lag issue?
So driving out fixes the lag.
Well, it's starting. It, however, wasn't stopping the greenhouse construction, but to get rid of it, I tried to restart my computer.
Holy crap. Oh my god.
Making me try and think back to what could have caused this.
Is this just a greenhouse? Really?
Tearing down the greenhouse, but sadly, that didn't fix the issue.
You dead? Oh shit. You're dead as well. Oh no. Refill little trouts. Go on, eat everyone. Eat, 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 eat. Oh, my chickens are dying. That's why all my animals have died. So I did,
Grabbing myself a cooler and headed inside to assess the damage.
Oh. Look at this. I'm sorry. Oh, look at all the little chickens I've got. Oh no.
Sadly, the damage was already done, but after I cleaned up the Great Purge, the lag ceased to exist.
You're fine on food. Sorry. No!
Yep, it had even reached Firefly.
You had food, surely. Oh.
The Great Famine.
And along the lines of forgetting, it wasn't just the chickens causing the problems.
I'm sorry, dudes. Oh, the cows.
Making it time to pop to the shops to get some replacements. The one upside of the Great Famine is that it did produce a lot of meat, so I got to work processing it all while adding eggs and milk to the mixtures. I then rebuilt the foundations of the greenhouse, this time relocating it behind the barns as it felt too much in the way.
Oh, we're at the same issue again.
I had got fed up with how much wood I actually needed though, so I bought myself a small truck, coated it purple, and bought 250 wooden planks, neatly stacking them into the truck. Getting some of the foundations built, but apparently I didn't stack the truck full enough.
I need more wood.
And once the roof was finished, I started to place where the crop plots were going to go. Then I bought some grape seeds from the store and got myself the achievement, Gardener. When day 50 arrived, I decided I'll take a little break from the ranch and do some treasure hunting with Breezy, but came up short once again, heading to the cows to give them a bit of slander.
Look how fat you are.
After fat shaming a pregnant cow, I stopped off at the general store to get Rufus 3 and Puss Puss 2.0, determined to keep these two alive.
Hello, good boy. Oh, he's in the front of the car. I could have done this all along. No.
Making the mistake of letting them do their own thing on the ranch. Now though, it was time to do something new, and I bought myself a bee smoker and bee frame in a new venture towards honey.
Are you getting calm? Ow.
Collecting some bees into a frame and made myself a beehive next to the house. I then loaded up all the salami I had made after the Great Famine, selling it all for $24,000, deciding it was finally time to replace our brave Firefly.
Oh.
Grabbing this bad boy for a steal of $9,000.
This is the horse I want to get leveled up to max.
Coming up with the name Rebel Nevada, and had a quick joyride finding out I had been lied to about the stats, and then spent some time in the training paddock training Nevada up and unlocking the achievement Jockey.
Hold up. His eyes are scary. What the hell? Bro, I've got a demon horse. I'm changing your name to Demon Nevada. Hold up.
I was also starting to get paranoid that Rufus and Puss Puss were going to wander off again, so I started up on making a perimeter around the base, and got over 500 wood to complete the job. Afterwards, I started to lay down some of the plans for the next barn as it was time to get some pigs. Also deciding it was time to move the house and laid the foundations for the retro house. My grapes were then ready for harvest and I sold 40 for $1,000, so it wasn't really worth it, taking down some of the trees that were inside the new fence's perimeter. Then I got the first barn finished and started moving my equipment out of my main house.
I'm not going to destroy it until the new house is made, but it'll help getting close to what we need.
The next stop was back to the store again, as I bought the pigs I wanted and got them into their new barn.
There you go, pig. You can hold it.
And got my retro farmhouse finished off.
Look at the bad boy. I kind of want a pef. I wish I could have a pef.
Giving my new bed a test out, and in the morning went around turning on all the lights because I'm scared of the dark. After, I got the windmill and granary built for the pigs so they had less of a chance of a Great Famine, also giving one to the horses as well.
Feed aside. Crap. I forgot about dog.
It seems the gaps in my perimeter weren't helping that much. I then set up an area for where I was going to park my cars before deciding it was time to cool some of the chickens. After, I started the foundations of a new building.
Look at this. A truck full of 100 wood. We're so good.
800 wood to be exact. I didn't take it home straight away though, as I thought it was finally time to look around the town and see what we actually had here.
Jacob's Downtown Deli.
And once the new building was complete, I decided I'll turn it into my workshop, placing my table saws inside. Then it was time to make some preparations so I could house some goats and sheeps, making 2 pens, and got the sheeps first before checking out the achievements I still had to go.
Collect goat milk, collect a full barrel of honey, take a loan from the bank. You can take a loan from the bank?
It seems I had forgotten that on day 0 I had gone to the bank, but right now in game I'm currently clueless, deciding on day 60 I would go around the town looking for the ancient treasure.
What's the one to Potter? Missing cat. Description black and white and sad. Last seen at the park running for his freedom.
And for some reason I still thought I needed to break the map to find the treasures, so I bought myself an ATV and attempted to do just that.
No! No! Oh, hello. Can I spy it from like this?
Not finding the treasure was starting to get to me, so I ended up having a makeover like I was in some sort of midlife crisis.
I feel like issues have happened, but we're going for it.
With that done, it was now time to fill up our other vacant pen.
I'm flipping the trailer while I'm on top of it. Look at them float.
Also checking on the pregnant pigs.
Oh, look at the little piggies. Look at the piglets. Look at them. Oh, dude. You are not too fat to come through the door. Surely.
Heading back to the general store to grab myself the stunner.
That's the stunner? Holy crap.
And spent a good few minutes getting the pigs back into their pens, before pulling the stun gun out on the cows.
How does this work? What is going on? Got it.
Yep, the reason I was trying to kill a cow with a stun gun was to get the Humane Methods achievement. I then finally bought myself a female horse so the horses could start breeding, and I named her Mrs. Mare. After, I placed down a honey extractor into the workshop so I could start producing honey. But first, I needed to get a barrel from the shop.
It's working. Oh, are we killing the bees?
I only had 2 frames full for the extractor though, so I went out to look for some more.
Bees, man. Where are the bees? Surely best near bees.
And I had been looking for so long I was starting to hear phantom bees.
I swear I heard him. Look how far I've got to go just to get water. But the water's just there. It doesn't need to go down. It doesn't need to be that low.
And now every 5 days I decided I would set out to find this goddamn treasure. But I just had insane tunnel vision thinking it was still out of bounds, which was so stupid. I can't say how many times I've gone past them.
You really are a demon, Nevada. Like, look at you. Look at your eyes. Jesus.
It also seemed like every single animal had given birth.
Oh, we got baby goats. We got baby goats. Wow, we've got a baby horse.
Sadly, it wasn't Breezy's offspring, so it wasn't going to have the best of stats.
Look at the bad boy.
Then I learned something new about the pickup truck.
Oh, we can put stuff up here.
After, I got to work making a new building where I was going to start all my meat production.
Oh, bear. He's just doing his shop.
Issue was, he was at the wrong shop to get some honey.
Oh, dude, I let you be. I let you be. Get down.
But when I got back to my ranch, a different issue had returned.
Do I need to start having a cull? Because I'm starting to lag again.
I then bought an armada of egg baskets because I wanted to see how many eggs I actually had.
Carry on tomorrow. So many eggs. I've got 4, 8, 12, 16, 200, 240, 280, 320, 360.
Yep, with this many eggs, I could do a 360 on my snowboard. After, I got myself a bunch of pots, portable cookers and a trailer so I could get my meat factory up and running. However, the cows had overheard what I was up to.
I'm trapped. Oh my god, they've got me. They've got me.
Spending the first night of the meat factory producing cheese.
We've got another.
Still don't know who your parent is. Spending day 70 just getting Demon Nevada's stats up, as well as day 71.
Fully train your horse.
I then whipped out a guide because I needed a surefire way of making 1 mil, because it was just gonna take forever. And it told me of an exploit where you could sell everything in one go and just reload. But I am an honest man, and I'm gonna leave the exploits to my fellow British Yorkshire tea drinker. Today though, pork was on a 1.7 multiplier, so I decided to cool down the pigs a bit, and they produced a lot of pork, selling 249 for 20k. I then picked up a bucket from the general store and headed to the goat's pen.
Who wants a milk?
Playing a minigame to get the goat's milk.
Can we get a better camera angle?
Gaining the achievement, goat's milk. Also heading over to the bees to grab the next one I needed.
Boom. Go on, do it. Do it in this one. Please. Yeah. Full barrel of honey.
And after, I quickly got myself a loan from the bank to pay it back straight away.
Installments. Take it and repay. Take a loan from the bank.
Leaving me with just 5 more achievements to go. So I bought a bunch of fireworks like it was bonfire night.
How do I set them off? Ah, E. E, 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 E. Aha! That's awesome.
Well, maybe not bonfire night, but I did get the achievement for setting off 5 fireworks within 10 seconds.
Mix paint 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Deciding to use the paint to actually decorate.
Huh. This building's gonna be so ugly. It's gonna be amazing.
I then bought Buster as I decided Rufus 4.0 didn't have the best ring to it.
Where is he? Oh, he's running away. Dude! Get all the dogs, stop running away.
And used the bees to take me down for the first time.
I'm just not gonna go down. Oh, I am. Buster! Yeah! Nice, Buster.
Gaining the achievement First Aid, and started a massive meat production line for the goal of 1 million, while I was just chilling and waiting for the fertilizer can to finally be full.
It's gotta be it. Yes! Fill a composter.
Leaving the 1 million to go, and I tried various methods of trying to make 1 mil, which included horse buying and reselling.
No! Oh my god.
Culling my whole farm,
Bro, he's invincible.
and eventually deciding that some things are just in the British blood.
Right. Time to exploit.
Whipping out my Yorkshire tea and following in the good old spiffing Brits footsteps, heading over to Best Burgers, putting down an inflatable mattress, and kept selling all my meat for $44,000 and just reloading the game, as the game just counted how much you sold, but if you just reloaded the game and sold the items again, it would just stack up. And I did this for a while, all the way to 1 million, as frankly on the day I had somewhere to be.
One more time. One more time. And boom. Millionaire. Fake millionaire. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But that's how I completed 100% of Ranch Simulator with the help of a few tiny exploits.
You're joking. Nah. I've run past this so many times. This is bollocks. Aha. Got the dagger. Nope, we took it. Bye.